Shalom, everybody. So, excuse me. I wanted to come up here. I hadn't shown my face in quite some time. I've been doing some videos. I haven't posted a video in about a week or so. But I wanted to show my face to let you guys know I haven't forgotten about you. Excuse me. Let you guys know that I haven't abandoned you or anything like that, or abandoned my assignment online. But I will say that I'm the type of person, being the type of spirit that I have and the kind of call that I have on myself and personality that I have to steal away sometimes. And what I mean by that is that I have to disconnect because everything around you is not always good for you or good to you. And so I just need to take a break sometimes. And so I do that. I try not to make it very long. But at the same time, I got to pull away. And I was just saying how I was looking on Facebook, and I'm not a social media person like I used to be anymore. If I do get up there, it's just to share something or post something, and what have you. I'm really not big on talking to people or connecting to a lot of people anymore. Not saying that I don't, connect to the ones that reach out to me or respond to the ones that reach out to me, because I do. I'm just not interested in being popular. Never really was ever, but now more so, not interested in being popular. I'm not interested in connecting to every person. And I'm not talking about those who I am connected to now. I'm talking about just anybody. I'm not interested in going out seeking to connect to different ones, or everyone. So what I mean by that is that I'm not on Facebook that much. I'm not on social media that much anymore. I may pop up and show my face here and there, but not often. But I happened to get on yesterday and today's December 26th. And I got on yesterday because I just really wanted to see what it would look like with the whole Christmas thing. And to my, not surprised, but, there was a lot of people that I knew. Some that I know it's pagan, excuse me, and then some that may not know. But I'm not judging anybody. I'm not here to rain down fire and brimstone. It's not my job. But I was looking because I'm like, man, it's so many people in this world that continue on the traditions of man. And it saddened me because I said there's so many things about this world that we live in, the society that we live in America, at least, certainly, that is so wicked and so abominable and so detestable, and it's going to be destroyed. Some people call it Babylon. I don't call it Mystery Babylon. Wouldn't be a mystery then. I believe Babylon is located somewhere else, but that's a whole different story. I don't believe America's Babylon, like some people may say, but it has definitely Babylonic influence. But I don't believe it's the actual location of Babylon. But needless to say, nonetheless, it's going to be destroyed with and like Babylon. So just because I don't personally believe that doesn't mean that I'm saying that's not going to be destroyed, that it's not wicked or that's not detestable. It is. And I just feel so many people are going on in this way, completely oblivious, and doing things that they're used to doing things that they are comfortable with doing. And it's just sad because when that day comes, when he cracks the sky, or whenever the revelation comes for you, that what you're doing is wrong and what everybody else is preaching, that may sound like some crazy lunatics or whatever. Whatever everybody else is preaching, it was right. I don't want to be on the other side of the veil when the Messiah was crucified, and when his soul descended, he died, and the earth shook, and earthquake, and the veil ripped, and so many people looked up and said, "Oh, he was the Messiah." Well, it was too late then. He still had a purpose to be crucified, but the thing of the matter is that I don't want to be on the other side where I say, "Oh, they were right." Oh. And I'm not preaching a Hebrew gospel just so I can preach to say, well, that's not the gospel anyway, but the gospel is Yahuwah, Yahushua, Yahushai, plan of salvation, and the establishment of the kingdom with his people, his chosen people, Israel. So I do speak heavily on Israelites, and in Israelites understanding who they are, the true Israelites, because there's so many prophecies centered around them. And if you're looking at the wrong people, you're not going to get the prophecy. You're not going to have it fulfilled. You're going to miss it. And if you are an Israelite and you're not doing like you should, you're not going to get a part of the piece of the pie at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. So it's just that, you know, you have to understand who his people are. And that's why I preach Hebrew. It's not so that, you know, Hebrews can have a self-esteem boost, so to speak. It's about understanding prophecy. It's all about the Most High. It's about going back to the plan that he established. And like I was saying earlier, when they saw that, you know, he was the Messiah, some eyes opened and they were like, he was the Messiah. I'm not going to be on that side. I refuse to be. So my call, I know for myself particularly, my call, my assignment, the anointing that's on my life, it calls for me to live a life of consecration. And I may be present. Sometimes I may not be. But whatever it is that you're called to do, I pray that that you will listen and take heed and not get wrapped up and caught up in the man-made traditions. Because it's fun and it feels good and it's cutesy or whatever else, you know, to do the things that people in America do. It's easy to not be called. It's easy to not live up to your calling. It is. But at the moment, it's easy. But it's hardest when you don't live up to it and that day of judgment comes, because that day of judgment is coming. Even if you are a Christian still and you're practicing the Christian paganistic traits, you still believe in that day of great judgment. And so what are you going to do, especially for those who know that things are pagan and you're still participating in it? What are you going to say to him? What are you going to answer to him? Are you going to be one of those ones that says, oh, I shouldn't have done that? It's too late then. I'd rather live a life of consecration and removed from paganistic society, even if it's not popular. Even if it means not having a bunch of friends. Who cares? Because I didn't come here to make friends. I wasn't created to have friends. You know, the Messiah and the Most High can give you friends with like minds and so forth. But that's not my purpose and not my goal. My goal is not to get rich or die trying. That's wicked. My goal is not to buy a bunch of houses and a bunch of cars, or, you know, run a bunch of businesses and be successful. And I'm not saying anything's wrong with doing that. You can do that. But when that replaces your soul salvation, then that's wrong. And it's not worth it. But this place is going to be destroyed, and a lot of people are, sad to say, are going to be destroyed with it. Some possibly because of lack of knowledge, who knows, but others more so because of their disobedience, their downright disdain for the things of the Most High, their love for wanting to be loved and doing what they know, what everybody else is doing, being popular and famous. It's going to destroy you. It's going to be the demise of you. And I just pray that more people will wake up to the call and not be so fascinated with being a Hebrew. That is fascinating, but more now it's time to get to work once you know. And it's time to actually understand what this means, to live it out. And not just live a routine life, but to actually live a life like our ancestors, our kindred folk, the prophets like Eliah and Elisha, Elijah or Elisha, you know, those who were consecrated and saw the hand of the Most High move magnificently in their lives because of a consecrated life and a set-apart life. That's what I have to do. That's what I am doing. And I pray that more people will be stirred to do that as well. So I just wanted to put that out there. Don't go to hell with the world. It's not worth it. At any cost, live righteous, live holy. No matter what the sacrifice, it's worth it in the end. Shalom.